raise in benefits for millions of Social Security, SSI and SSDI recipients. A question that every senior and disabled American is asking right now: when are we going to get an increase in our benefits? And we have some very important details to share with you. Starting with Social Security COLA forecast was just updated, and here's how much benefits could increase and why it not might be enough. Well, remember, according to this new COLA, numbers have changed, but there's a good news as well, because if this one thing changes, your benefits will see significant uptick. Means you will see a benefit increase between $300 to $500 fixed, and we are not talking about in a year, we are talking about every single month. Well, this is not it. At the same time, another update: Social Security is going paperless. Well, yes, if you're still receiving paper checks, then you need to do something, and you need to do it as soon as possible. I'm gonna give you each and every detail, but all I need is just a little favor. It takes 2 seconds to please hit that like button on this video. So without any further ado, let's start the video. So let's start with raise in benefits for millions of Social Security, SSI and SSDI beneficiaries. Well, one thing that you need to remember, that right now around 5 million Social Security recipients receive below poverty level checks from Social Security Administration. Around 40 million seniors rely on checks from Social Security Administration, and they all are asking one question right now that is very important: when are we going to see a raise in our benefits? So now the answers are here, but there are two very important things that you need to know. First, about the COLA. Look at this. The latest Social Security COLA estimate is higher than projections from previous month. However, the projected Social Security benefit increase might not be enough for many retirees. Yes, it's higher, and it might go higher than the current projections, but it will not be enough, and some people might not even get this raise because of this COLA increase. And that's where the second possibility, the second plan, the second idea that can change everything for millions and millions of these seniors and disabled Americans comes into play. That is known as CPIE. And this CPIE is the metric that will measure or set the COLA every single year for millions of Americans. First thing that you need to understand right now, the metric that this administration or the previous administrations are using, and they're using it from past 75 years, is known as CPIW. And according to the lawmakers of this administration, this CPIW metric is outdated, it's vague, and it's useless. They need to change this metric as soon as possible to CPIE, which could result in an increase of $300 to $500 fixed monthly to all Social Security, SSI and SSDI benefits. Yes, you heard it absolutely right. This can change the lives of millions of seniors and disabled Americans overnight. But how it will happen? What needs to be done? And this is the biggest question that I'm going to answer right here in this very important video. A number of lawmakers are pushing this administration to adopt this new metric known as CPIE. Why? Because this CPIE will not take the data from the papers that this administration or any administration reveals in front of the American public. They will actually analyze the spendings of millions of seniors, how much they spent on their rent, how much they spent on their groceries, how much they spent on their mortgage if they have a house. Well, it's really hard to believe that any senior who rely on Social Security owns a house. But let's say that how much they spend on their mortgage, how much they spend on their utilities, how much they spend on their food, and how much they spend on their prescription. And then the CPIE will analyze all of those spendings, and then it will come up with an amount, or you can say a fixed increase for millions of these recipients. And you know what? A number of analysts and experts are saying that if this administration forces Social Security Administration to adopt this new metric, well, they have to come up with the legislation to do that. But if they do, then the benefits could be increased by $300 to almost $500 every single month. And we are talking about the fixed increase. And right here, you comes into play. Well, if you are a senior, disabled American, or if you are someone who receives Social Security, supplemental security income, Social Security disability insurance, veteran affairs benefits, as well as railroad retirement benefits, you need to come in front and say enough is enough. I need this metric changed. Because the problem is that the seniors are not united according to a number of analysts and experts. They complain about the problems that they're facing right now, but they are not united enough. And that's why no one listens to them. Do you even think about how this administration or any administration passes the bill overnight when it comes to giving billions and billions of dollars to any other country? But when it comes to the problems and difficulties that seniors are facing right now, they don't even vote on those legislations. This is the biggest problem. One of the most important and one of the most highlighted legislation or bill, it's from Bernie Sanders, calling for $2,400 yearly increase in Social Security. That translates to $200 fixed increase every single month for these beneficiaries. But the problem is that Bernie Sanders introduced this bill, no one voted on that bill. Then Bernie Sanders reintroduced that bill, and you know what happened? Mike Crapo blocked it. This is the problem that these seniors are facing right now. There are some very important names: John Larson, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Bill Cassidy, Senator Kennedy. These are the people, I don't want to forget Melanie Stansbury. These are the people who are advocating for Social Security day and night. They're working to do something for these seniors, especially John Larson. In every speech, he talks about Social Security recipients, which is a great thing. But the question is that who's hearing him? No one. And this is the biggest problem. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this whole situation? Do you support this CPIE, the new metric that will change how the COLA will be measured or come up with a number every single year? Or are you satisfied with the CPIW right now? Well, let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions at all, then the comment section is open for you. Let me know your views, that what do you think about this whole situation. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video very soon. Till then, please take care and have a nice day.